Well, hello everyone. Here to show you the Restroom Stories coloring activity right here. As you see right here is basically these symbols, of course, that represent between a man and a woman's say bathroom. It is, and you see the restroom, and for men, and then you have one right here, a symbol right here for men, and then for women. And I remember this, a couple years as like a couple times before that, whenever I was young, of knowing about that yeah, exactly about what a lady's bathroom looks like. It is knowing about a couple times that whenever I go into the men's bathroom it was, and it's like a lot of times that the see right here is that go ahead and use right here is like what you call is the blue, but you have right here, as I would have drew right here, is an example right here of normally about what you would usually see inside of the men's bathroom. It is you have right here is like a type of a toilet stall right here. Is that for where that a lot of the men, where they walk in there, and of course, and whenever they use the bathroom, it is. And a lot of times it with between a man and woman is knowing about that you have and I can see it's like talking about with a lot of places that they would have a man and a woman's bathroom separate, but then of course there may be some places to where that they would have a restroom. It is to where it's for both man and woman, and a lot of times I guess that whenever you go into the restrooms, it is that they don't really have a whole lot of whole lot of space, such as maybe a truck stop or maybe a gas station, to where that they just have like one individual bathroom for both a man and a woman, of course, to use, and of course with children it is. And knowing about that, maybe handicap accessible it is, but at times I can tell anybody here that from whenever I those couple of years ago that I always wonder. Of course, it's like even would even wonder. It's like playing a video game, and then all of a sudden it's like maybe going into the ladies' bathroom. Of course, on a video game it is, and knowing about talking about the things that you could be doing. Of course, in the bathroom it is, but basically that I can remember that on the video game, be playing a video game and like be walking to maybe the ladies' bathroom just to see what was in there, whichever it was, and knowing about that I used to clean the ladies' bathroom, the ladies' restrooms it was, and I tell anybody here that if any kids wonder about really about what the bathroom really looks like, and on the other hand, it's basically that really are you anybody really missing anything? That basically that you have it, you walk into the bathroom and then you basically have these like what you call these stalls right here, and then you have right here is a roll of toilet paper. You got right here, you say is you'll use like what you say is the green, but you got right here is a roll of toilet paper right here, and basically with this roll of toilet paper that that it's usually dispensed whenever you're in the bathroom. It is, it's like whenever you got by taking care of business it is, but you have right here is that toilet paper dispenser, and then of course right here is like you got right here is the sink, and with anybody like after you it's like get done, it's like using the bathroom it is, and then is to wash your hands, to wash the germs of course off your hands it is. And a couple of times that I had many years to where I would be cleaning the bathrooms it is, and basically from my experience of cleaning restrooms it is, of knowing about, maybe I can tell anybody here that with my experience of knowing about from how how dirty that they got, and of course the messes that I seen of course in there a lot of times, or like we say maybe a lot of water built up on the countertops. You say if you had like the countertop at about right here, that there was like a lot of water deposits of course that would form from after people would wash their hands, and then a lot of times you say the blow dryers. I think about it's like maybe go ahead and include the blow dryer, of course, in this drawing. But anyway, you have right here, it says a blow dryer. You have right here is a button switch right there to where you can dry your hands, and some bathrooms even have it to where that you can, use paper towels a lot of times. You say use paper towels, and it would be like, say, a paper towel dispenser. But most of the time, this reminds me of this couple of years ago, whenever I was in elementary school, that I can remember that that if there was a classmate, I would be walking her, and it was a classmate and I, we would be asking, we would ask the teacher, if we can go to the restroom, and I remember that once, if I can remember right, the teacher did not even follow us to the bathroom. It was, and it's like, be like, keeping on the student. A lot of times that it was just down the hall, and a lot of times the teacher would let us go and to the bathroom, and then walk, over to the walk into the bathroom, and then go ahead and use the bathroom. It was use the restroom, and then we would walk to class after we were done. And I can remember once or twice that I came out of the bathroom, came out of the restroom. It was, and I was in the hallway, and I was waiting for somebody else to get out of the ladies' bathroom. It was. And I can remember somebody in the hallway was asking, "What are you doing?" Like, well, waiting for somebody to get out of the ladies'. And it's like, so we can walk to class, together. Like, well, I think you should walk, to class. Don't wait for that other person. It is, and about anybody probably think about, yeah, well, sometimes you just gotta ignore whoever. But on the other hand, that we can maybe think about a lot of experiences from what we experience about going to using the bathroom is, and knowing about maybe walking into the restroom it is. I've known about if we maybe were to walk into the wrong bathroom it is, walking to the ladies instead of the men's, or the ladies walking to the men's instead of the ladies, the women's restroom it is. And at knowing about anybody like talking about, say, maybe like say example, say of a bar of soap it is, of knowing about that, yep, the soap smells a lot more clean, and it's a lot more softer compared to the soap that they got dispensed, of course, in the men's restroom or whichever it is. I've known about, really. They had the time that somebody I knew like that used to clean the bathrooms. That like him and I both kind of made a joke about the fact about that. Yeah, what do people do, of course, in the bathroom? Because whenever we noticed that whenever that they would need to clean the bathroom, that they would notice that there was a lot of messes, of course, in the bathroom, such as finding toilet paper on the floor, or maybe soap scum, of course, on the mirror. Anybody maybe think about a lot of times that the mirror gets pretty messy at times too. It's like if this was a reflection of somebody, man or woman it is, and basically that you have it's like if you were to have like any type of dirt particles or water spots, they say, on the mirror it is. And a lot of times it's like, well, it's like, well, who's going to clean it up? You are. But other than that, I got about maybe 4 years experience with cleaning the bathrooms, and I can tell anybody here that that a lot of things that I've seen, of course, in the bathroom, such as what you call maybe besides emptying out the trash can, it is. I've known about some things that I kind of call kind of gross, and maybe even cleaning up vomit it is, that knowing about that the things that you find in the bathroom, and I can tell anybody here, like say, besides emptying the trash can it is, besides it's like emptying the waste cans it is, that with the restroom stories is talking about, you go in there and clean up the bathrooms, and a lot of times you're like, yeah, well, now you know what the ladies' bathroom looks like, right? You go in there and then you see that how it's arranged, that you have the soap dispenser about right here, you got the sink, and of course here's the toilet. The toilets look quite different. It is, the men used to get used to the toilet up against the wall it is, and then the ladies use like what you call like the toilet pots it is. But on the other hand too, the toilet the toilet stogies or something like toilet pipes, or it's like however you want to call it. But on the other hand too, that with most of the time though, that with the restrooms though, that it's like the times that whenever, especially over there at the library, that that the symbols for the restrooms would would look like this right here, to where that one of them was men's, and then of course the other one was the ladies' restroom. It was, and a lot of times a lot of times wondered about exactly about what the ladies' restroom looks like, because on the other hand, that I remember that when my family and I used to go to the library quite a bit, that I can remember that wondered about, it's like, what does it look like inside the bathroom, inside the ladies' bathroom it was. And the type of job, of course, that I had where I used to clean the ladies' bathroom it was, and knowing about that, yeah, anybody made me think about, was it, dirtier, was it, of course, dirtier than the men's bathroom. And a lot of times I say that there are some times to where maybe both man and women would leave a mess, and then a lot of times it was like the ladies, if they, I can maybe go into details about, it's like maybe if they were going to, like, would say, a medical period or anything like that, or anything that was related to medical issues, about where they had to change a band-aid or whichever it was. And then with the men, that whichever that they had to do, of course, in the bathroom it is. I talking about, that with the men, if they got to change a band-aid, or if they got to, what you calls, like if they got to work on stitches or something like that, brush their teeth, say something like that in the restrooms it is. But on the other hand, we could think about it is like with the restrooms, though, that anybody probably think about, you go in there and you take care of business, and that's pretty much what it's all about, really. It's like some people may go in there maybe to talk on their cell phones. Every once in a while, maybe not all the time. I may heard of somebody maybe shaving in the restroom. I may have heard of somebody maybe using a blow dryer, using a blow dryer in the restroom. And on the other hand too, I used to think about, it's like telling anybody here that drinking the bathroom water, drinking the restroom water, how safe is it to drink the water, of course, from the bathroom faucet. And I would do it, I do it quite often. I'm like, I do it too, that to where I drink the water from the bathroom faucet. And most people say that it's basically the same as the water from the kitchen faucet. It is that if you're real thirsty, that then you didn't want to get a clean glass, so you decide to go ahead and turn the water on inside the bathroom, and go ahead and then fill up your hand with water, and then drink it drink the water from there. It was, and everybody probably think about the near a fountain or whatever you call it, any type of drinking water. But on the other hand, anybody probably think about that if you're going to get a drink of water, I recommend maybe to get a glass or something other than drinking, of course, from the bathroom faucet. But other than that, you have right here is maybe for hand sanitizer, other typical things, of course, that you would see in the bathroom is. But on the other hand, too, they're talking about is like for the counting, is talk about that with the number count of the things that, of course, you will find in the bathroom, and of course, from the stores, of course, we had to say, is talking about with me, though, that each time I would walk into the ladies' bathroom, a lot of times I would feel embarrassed. Why did I feel embarrassed? Well, maybe because it was like that, like, you're not supposed to be in here. Like, are you a lady? Well, get out. But, and I could tell anybody here that back those couple of years ago, that I think it's happened before, that I had long hair those couple of years ago, so I remember walking into the bathroom it was. See, with the long, say, bushy hair it was. The long hair that I had those couple of years ago. And like, it's like, yeah, you don't think any of the ladies recognized you if you were a man or a woman. It's like, yep. I don't know if they recognized me or not, because I walked into the bathroom just to blow my nose. I walked into the bathroom just to go ahead and blow my nose. I was looking for some tissues, and apparently that I couldn't find any. And then there was a lady that walked into the bathroom, it was, and she didn't say anything. She didn't say that, "What you doing in here?" this is the ladies' restroom. But on the other hand, too, that knowing about that, with they say the stories from what we had to say about, talk about the things that we may see, of course, in the restrooms it is, and like the ladies' restrooms, and of course the man's restroom it is, of knowing about maybe about the fact about really what does either one of them look like? Well, as long as they have what you need, of course, just to go ahead and take care of business. But all right, and that is talked right here is so far as the stories. He's like told, it's like by me is like so far as for MT, it's like talking about right here. It's like so far as it's like for the moment you say to remember it is of knowing about it right here. So far as the restroom stories, it's like so far as the color activity.